Anxiety. We all struggle with anxiety. And what do we do with it? Because it's not something you can just grab and bury it. It's a part of us. I remember in high school, I used to sing in an a cappella group. Man, those were the days. About 5 of us. And every time I had to sing, I would throw up backstage. I'm not kidding you. You know, it's funny when I think about then and think about now, I'm just like, man, I've come a long way too. I have played on stages. I've played concert halls and outdoor festivals with easily 15,000 people. And I don't think about it anymore. And I remember the days when I couldn't keep my stomach from turning over before I had to do a performance. Fast forward years later, even when I was in college as a freshman and I had to do a recital, I would not eat before the recital just to make sure there's nothing for my stomach to bring up. Now, that doesn't happen to me anymore. But I'm saying all of this to say that anxiety is a part of who we are. And at one point I was considering taking beta blockers, which is it's this thing, this pill that turns you into a zombie, basically. It suppresses your ability to feel. And I would get so agitated before a concert. I was considering, maybe if I take this, I'd be better. And my teacher said, no, don't take it. And I said, why? And she said, well, one, part of delivering a good performance, we need adrenaline. You take something like beta blockers, it suppresses your adrenaline. So there's nothing that rush with having people in the audience. You'll miss out on all of that. It turns your playing into just this mechanical, robotic stuff, which is not music. Part of why music is so good, part of why music exists, is because it's a part of human expression. Everything who we are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the anxiety, which comes from nervousness. We need that. The second reason she said not to take it, it's because you learn how to deal with anxiety by experiencing anxiety. You learn how to deal with fear. You learn how to deal with this rush of adrenaline through having it. It's through the experience of having these moments on a regular. That's how you learn how to deal with them, or you learn how to channel them so that your playing is beautiful, but you're not throwing up or you're not making mistakes. While we're on that topic, the other thing of mistakes, we're human beings. We're naturally flawed creatures. Mistakes is not something you will ever get rid of. However, you can learn how to get better at masking mistakes, which is what I have done. I still make mistakes today. I just don't give them the importance that I once did, because in reality, they are not important. And the less you think about your mistakes, you're going to realize the faster you can recover from them. And it also limits the possibility of you having more mistakes. The less mistakes you make, the more calm you'll remain. And the more calm you are, the better you'll play. Right? So it's all a chain reaction, a chain effect. If you can accomplish one thing, it helps the other thing. So when I'm playing in church, sometimes I may play the wrong chord. Sometimes I may play the wrong melodic notes. I just move on to the next thing, because that's what it is. The fact that it's already happened, it's already in history. It's in the past. You cannot change it. So by dwelling on it is futile. And by dwelling on it, that's what helps us to get tense, nervous, more anxious. And by getting more tense and more anxious, it starts to affect the stuff that's to come in the future, the stuff that you haven't played yet. And so you start to think about the future stuff with more anxiety and more fear that you're going to mess up, which in fact is why we mess up. When we start to think about all those things, we're going to mess up. You know, it's this weird sort of, when we talk about what you put out into the universe, it can affect everything around us, which is why, as people's faith, we always try to put out positive energy so that we can get back positive energy. So in the moment of you playing in that anxiety state of that tense state, of course it's going to affect the stuff to come into playing because our energy is not in the right place. So you have to, as we'd say, take it with a grain of salt. When you make mistakes, it is not important. Keep moving forward. And by doing that, you're going to realize you learn how to recover a lot faster from your mistakes. It will help you to be more calm when you play. And the more calm you are with your play, the more confidence you'll have. And the more confidence you have, the better you'll play. So that's how you deal with anxiety. It's a long game. It's not something like a switch you just flip on and flip off, or a magic technique that I could say, do this. Go home and mix a 1/4 gallon of vinegar with some salt and water, drink that, and then run around the house 2 times and you won't have anxiety. It doesn't work like that. It's something we have to work our way through. Another thing that has helped me tremendously with my anxiety is to play for people. Every opportunity you get to play, if it's even for one person, play for them. You will get a little anxious. You will get a little, tense or tight or frightened, whatever word you want to use. It's normal. By doing it, you'll get better at it. So if we never leave the comfort of our home, if we only play for ourselves with our headphones on, you're not learning how to deal with pressure and anxiety when you have to play for somebody. And if you never get to deal with that skill, you will forever be anxious. That's why a lot of people shy away from the stage, because they say, I don't want to mess up, or I get anxiety when I'm up there, so I don't go up there. But if you don't go up there, you'll never get over the anxiety. You have to go up there and go up there and go up there and go up there. All right? So that's how you deal with anxiety.